What's good, everybody? Um, I was having like connection issues, not connection issues. I was having editing issues. Why is it so bright? There we go. I was having editing issues and I really wanted to make a video, or at least I wanted to edit the video that I was going to put up. And it was just like getting on my nerves and I was very frustrated. Long story short, I wasn't doing all of that. So I realized that I can just go live and then the video would save. Um, yeah, so I wanted to talk to y'all about complex PTSD and sort of what's been going on with me. I know I made a few videos talking about like, how I was dealing with mania. I think it's weird because I have like all of these different, mental illnesses, you can say. Um, so it's like I don't like on a good year, I'm not dealing with all of them at once because that would suck. So like right now, I'm stable in terms of the whole bipolar thing, which is good. What's good? Hey, look, I have somebody. That's dope. Awesome. I was like trying to, can y'all hear me? Because I'm not sure if these things are working. Now I can actually ask because I've never gone live. Um, but yeah, so assuming that you guys can, oh, okay, dope. There we go. Y'all can hear me. So yeah, I was talking. What was I talking about? See, I lost my train of thought. Um, oh, so just in terms of like how I've been, it's weird now because it's live. But it's just in terms of how I've been, I guess, going about life. So like I said like a few weeks ago or like the last 2 weeks, mania, and blah blah blah, all of that, I was handling that. But now I'm sort of just kind of back onto like the whole complex BTSD bullshit and like just trying to figure out number one what that means. Number two, like now that I know that I have it or like I exhibit symptoms, like how do we move past that point? Um, like I don't really know. And I feel like honestly going to therapy and paying for it is not like gonna work or is not working currently at least because it's like okay I know the things I should be doing and if that really doesn't make any sense let me like try to break it down a little bit further. I'm noticing that some of my behaviors or some of the things that I'll do I don't even know are like wrong or like bad. I think like a big thing and this is like when I say relationships I mean like it can be friends, it can be like romantic relationships, I just mean people in general. Like a big thing is just like connecting with others like I guess, caring about others. I feel like really detached on a lot of things or like a lot of different topics. So like someone will ask like, "Oh, like how was your day?" or like they'll want to talk about their day, and I'll genuinely just be like, "I don't understand why we're having this conversation," and not in the sense that like I just like, I don't care, but like I've realized it's a little bit deeper than that. It's not just like I'm an asshole and I don't care. It's more so like I genuinely do not understand why you are telling me about this because it's irrelevant. And not like in a mean way. I just think that like because of like the complex PTSD and all of that, I've sort of developed this thing where I just don't understand like why people share unnecessary things that like people tend to care about people's days. Like people care about like new things that are going on in your life. People like to share stories and like to hear like about other people. And I like that like stuff too. I'm not like a weirdo, but it comes down to like if it's not like a big thing, like if you're not graduating, if it's like not like a party, I have trouble connecting with like the smaller things, the day to day things that I think maybe I missed out as like a kid or like I missed out at some point in my life. I don't really know why like these things exist. But they're like blockages in terms of like advancing in relationships. So the biggest thing is that like let's say if we're dating somebody, I genuinely don't understand like why we have to talk every single day or like why they need to know like what I'm doing or like and it's not like they're being like possessive or anything. They don't have to be like possessive. It can be just normal. I just think that like growing up, it was everyone was in silos. I didn't like update my family on things, and like we didn't really talk about like our days. And like my family was all like very spread out. Like I obviously love them and everything. It's just that like depending on the age I was at and depending on like where in my like childhood I was at, like family was either like a really big thing, but it was like my dad's side of the family, so it was like a little bit like I didn't really know them slash like it was just very foreign to me. So I felt very disconnected on like that love level. Or it was like my mom's side of the family, which is like spread out already in small and various parts, and then just like in my immediate family, like not talking to people. It goes like obviously a lot deeper than that. I'm like rambling, you guys. I'm like losing my train of thought, like because this is like why I typically record. I just think I'm just trying to explain or sort of get out. This is like the problem with the original videos. Like I can't really explain what I'm trying to explain. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but I think maybe like if you're struggling with like complex PTSD, maybe you get me, maybe you don't. Um, I just don't know like how to feel those things. Like I know logically in my mind, you ask people about their day. If you're dating someone, you like try to like make them like you try to like inquire about what's going on throughout the day in their life. You like check up on them. You do all of these things because you care per se, not because you necessarily have to. So like I do these things like my friendships. I do these things like in my romantic relationships. I'm like, okay, I haven't talked. This is like my friend. I haven't talked to this person in a while. Let me hit this person up and like see how they're doing. And I'm only doing that because I know that like that's the socially acceptable way of like having friendships and having relationships. But like feeling wise, I'm like I guess like I would just go forever not talking to anybody um, until I need to. And maybe that's because like I was just a really like quiet kid and like didn't really feel like I should speak or like really have any wants necessarily. And I think that sounds really bad, as though like I was kept like in a dungeon or something, and I wasn't. Like it's not like I was like beaten into like being quiet. I think it was just like my wants were never satisfied, or like my wants were never like I didn't it wasn't they weren't satisfied maybe, and that's like why now it's like I just feel very detached from like wanting something that seems so simple. Like I don't, yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling enough. But long story short, if I haven't made it clear, I'm struggling with just how to move past like those feelings. Like I know mechanically what I should be doing. Thinking about like if you're depressed, like if you're depressed, you should go outside and run. You should like do all these good steps and like take your medicine and like talk to people and like try to get out the house and like shower and all that stuff. But like you're depressed, you don't really feel like doing any of that. So you do it anyway. And like maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. But like you're doing it, like you're outside running and you're like, okay, I'm running. This sucks. I'm still depressed. But like I'm doing it because that's what the doctor said. That's how I feel about like working on like relationships and like working on like building relationships and like trying to get closer to people. Like I'm doing it, but like I don't have an emotional connection like to it. Like I ask you these questions, but like I don't care. I know I should care, and if I don't, I can't say that because then they'll freak out. Um, it's a whole mess that I'm just trying to wrap my head around. But yeah, that's what I'm working on, and like kind of like what I'm dealing with. Other than that, like I'm good. Obviously, like I say this as being like it's more of an annoyance than anything because I just like genuinely don't understand. Less of me being like in a drastic state, like I'm Gucci. Um, but yeah, hopefully that made some sense to y'all. I don't really know. Um, and we can try to get better at this. Maybe I really shouldn't just go live and just speak my mind, and maybe I need that editing. So I'm gonna see if I can go fix Premiere Pro because it was not working for me. All right, y'all. Peace.